Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In our last two videos, we covered the top 8 mistakes that new drone pilots often make. So once you have learned what not to do, the logical next step is figuring out what gear you should buy. If you search online, you will find a million lists of must-have drone accessories. But honestly, a lot of them are just trying to sell you junk you don't need. So today we are going to fix that. This video will save you time and money by showing you the top 5 accessories you may need and the top 3 popular ones that you should avoid. But before we start the countdown, let's talk about the accessory number 0. I call this accessory number 0 for a simple reason. It's not optional. Now, the first thing you need to realize when you buy a new drone is that it doesn't come with a memory card. So the very first thing you need to add into your shopping cart along with your drone is the right MicroSD card. Without the correct card, your drone simply cannot record properly. You'll get corrupted files, dropped frames, or the drone will just stop recording mid-flight. It's a huge headache. So here's what you look for. You need a card with these two symbols, U3 and V30. This means the card is fast enough to handle high-resolution 4K video without any issues. Don't go for a cheaper, slower card to save a few bucks. I listed out the most recommended SD cards in the video description below. By the way, they have been also approved by the DJI themselves. Okay, now let's move on. Okay, coming in at number 1. A tiny pair of spare control sticks. This isn't a glamorous accessory, but it might be the most important because it can save your entire shooting day. On most controllers, you unscrew them for storage, and it's incredibly easy to lose them on location, especially on gravel. Imagine this: you are on location, you are ready for the perfect shot, and then you realize the stick is gone. Your day is over. A spare set costs nothing. Buy one, tuck it into your case, and you are covered. It's the cheapest and the best insurance policy you can get. Okay, now let's talk about making your footage look incredible. This is where we separate the amateurs from the pros. These are the ND filters. If you ever shot on a bright sunny day and wondered why your drone footage looks so choppy, almost like a video game, the reason is your shutter speed is too high. To get that smooth, natural motion blur that we associate with cinema, we use something called 180-degree shutter rule. The simple version is your shutter speed should be double your frame rate. But on a sunny day, that shutter speed would completely overexpose your image. That's where these come in. ND filters. They are essentially sunglasses for your drone. They reduce the amount of light coming into your sensor, allowing you to maintain that perfect, slow, cinematic shutter speed. The next one is quick, simple, and pure common sense. It's a tempered glass screen protector for your remote controller. You put a screen protector on your $1,000 phone, right? So why wouldn't you put one on the brain of your multi-$1,000 drone? The last thing you want is a big scratch or a crack right in the middle of your view. Coming in at number 4 is an accessory for convenience and security. Next strap. The main reason for this is simple. It gives you a place to put your controller when your hands are busy. When you are setting up your drone for a flight or packing it back up, you don't have to put your expensive controller down on the wet grass or dusty ground. And of course, it's a safety line that prevents a catastrophic drop. Get the kind that connects to both screws on the bottom of your controller. It provides much better balance. It's a simple thing that makes your workflow on location much smoother. And finally, the number 5 accessory is this tiny little adapter, which unlocks some seriously cool pro-level possibilities. This gives your controller a universal 1/4 tripod mount on the back. This is amazing for 2 reasons. First, you can use a couple of magic arms to attach an action camera right onto your controller. This lets you film a POV shot of how you are piloting the drone, which looks great for tutorials or behind-the-scenes videos. Second, you can attach a larger external monitor. This gives you a much bigger and better view from your drone's camera, which is incredible for getting your framing just right. Okay, so we have covered the must-haves. Now let's flip this around and talk about the money wasters. And you will notice I don't have these items on my table because I don't believe in them. First up, the drone landing pad. People buy this thinking they need a clean runway for every flight. But the reality is that they are clumsy. They take up space in your bag, they can catch the wind. For 90% of your flights, you can find a flat rock or use your backpack or even learn how to make the safe hand launch and catch. The only time I would even consider buying this is when I'm flying in tall wet grass or extremely fine desert sand. For anything else, save your money. Next up, the one that causes arguments. Propeller guards. The misconception is that they will make you a safer pilot. The hard truth is that they give you a false sense of security. They kill your battery life and they make your drone fly like a brick in the slightest breeze. And the number 1 accessory you don't need is extra stick-on LED lights. The main reason people buy these is because they think they need to see their drone better in the sky. But here is reality for any serious pilot. You shouldn't be flying by looking at your drone. You should be flying by looking at your screen. Trying to follow a tiny dot in the sky doesn't help you frame your video. And from any real distance, you can't even see these little lights anyway. So there you have it. The goal is to buy gear with a purpose, not just to buy stuff. Invest in things that protect your drone or make your image quality look better, and ignore any gimmicks. Now I want to hear from you. What is the one accessory you absolutely can't live without? And what's the worst one you ever wasted money on? Drop a comment below. I read every single one and I would love to hear your stories.